Okay, give me a moment, sir.
Okay, so good evening, all
Okay.
of you. Let's
Uh,
start the session now.
okay, sir.
Good
So,
evening,
hello
sir.
everyone. So, welcome to our exciting webinar brought to you by DIY Guru. And I am Tehrin from DIY Guru support team. So, at DIY Guru, our mission is to empower students, graduates, and professionals with cutting edge industries ready skills, especially in the EV sectors and e mobilities. Okay, so today's session is all about career opportunities in e mobility sectors. And to guide us through this, we have Saurav sir with us, the SIA head at DIY Guru, with over 25 years of experience shaping across the technology and mobility sectors. So before we begin, I just want to give a quick reminder that to receive your certificate and participation from DIY Guru, please make sure to fill the attendance form, which I am sharing you with the chat box. Okay. Right now, I'm sharing you attendance form. So please fill it right now and you will receive the certificate of participations from DIY Guru team. Okay, so everyone, please go and fill out that form. And after filling the form, just give me a thumbs up so that we can ready to proceed further. Just give me a thumbs up, guys. I have shared the attendance form link in the chat box. After filling the form, please give me a thumbs up, guys. All right, all right. So I think that everyone has filled the form. So now I request everyone to keep your microphones muted as it would avoid the interruption that Saurav sir will present it. And if you have any questions, that then just keep it in the chat box, or we'll hold it to the Q&A session that we'll have towards the end. Okay. So now over to you, Saurav sir.
Thank you, Terin. So, guys, welcome once again. And it's a pleasure to talk to you once again. We interact on weekends usually and individually on a one-to-one basis during the week at times. But this is going to be my formal webinar with you. So, the first one. And I'm going to talk about career. But before I do that, let me just fiddle with the screen a bit. Okay. So you heard about me, and Therin introduced me wonderfully. And she mentioned that I've got a lot of experience in the EV industry, which is partially correct and partially not, because my experience has been in recruitment domain for engineering students and MBA students over the years since 2001. And I've also recruited for quite a few years people with experience. So that's something which we call as lateral placements. I also have experience in diversity hiring, which I got into by default around 2019. Yeah, and after that the lockdown hit, so things went haywire. But around 2019, I got into diversity hiring. So I have a pretty decent understanding of the way things work as far as recruitment is concerned. Having said that, I have experimented or had the exposure of working in the pharma domain in my previous organization. Over here, I'm working in the EV domain. Okay, and it's pretty good because I've been quite successful in connecting with some good companies. I'll give you some good news also as I move along. And I have done a lot of IT recruitment and mechanical recruitment, electronics recruitment. So a lot of recruitment across domains, okay, graphic design and all of that. So there is hardly any domain that I haven't really worked except the film fraternity. I haven't done much. I haven't done anything rather in that domain. Theater, films, modeling. Yeah, modeling I've done a little bit of in that domain. Some recruitment I've done, but nothing else. So here I look after corporate relations, and this is a very interesting field because I get to connect with a lot of good companies, the big brands, and like today, for instance, I spoke with a pretty big brand, and they want to get attached with us in more ways than one. Because my interaction typically is about placement, internship, but it went a little ahead as we discussed things, and I will tell you about it in some time. So, today we are going to understand the rapid growth of the EV industry, the transformation that's taking place right now, the domains, the emerging roles, core skills, and certifications. You guys are aware of it already, and some actionable steps. Now, the fifth one is not so important because we are already into it. I was under the impression that it's going to be a new set of students who are not DIY students right now and they're going to take admission. So I was under that impression, which is why I added the fifth point. But that's okay, no problem. So these are the usual stuff that we have on the roads. So the less than within 25 we have cycle, scooters, trikes, the non-licensed versions, and then above 25 kilometers per hour speed we have moped, scooters, bikes, and all of that. And then we have the light commercial vehicles and the heavy duty commercial vehicles. Now in the heavy duty commercial vehicles we have got construction vehicles like dumpers and stuff, electric dumpers, and a lot of other things. I don't know the names of all of those things, but they're experimenting. It's not yet functional, but it's being experimented on by different companies. I saw on LinkedIn that so there's a company in Pune um, who are working on the jet engine, the electric jet engine. So it's in an experimental phase. It's going to take some time to roll it commercially, but it's good that it's a company in Pune, an Indian company working on that. And then the flatbed trailers, again, there are companies which are like Tigris, you are aware of Tigris, so Tigris is working on that. So there are, a lot of things that are happening. And if I go back, the very first electric vehicle that we are aware of, commercially available, it was known as Reva. Now, Reva came out in the market sometime in the 2000s. So or maybe late 1990s, late 1990s. Okay, so Reva was the India's first. Now it's called Mahindra Electric. It's so Reva. It was sold as a four-seater electric car, but from a functional point of view, it's only two people who could sit into it. The rear seat, I mean, it didn't have much of leg space for adults, but maybe two kids can fit in. Children like in the 6, 7 years old or 8 years old, they can fit in at the back, but two adults can sit in the front comfortably, and otherwise that rear seat can be used as a boot space, to store stuff and all as you move along, bags and goods and stuff. So that's how the whole EV thing started in India. And prior to that, there was a company which was working on the electric propulsion engine. Okay, and then in the 90s, there was some company which was working on the electric three-wheeler. Scooters India. So they had a auto rickshaw called Vikram Safa. I'm not sure how many of you are aware of it, but Vikram, there are very few Vikrams on the road. Even today, also, the ones that were there in the city, you don't see them anymore. Mostly those Vikram, the old Vikrams, are you will find them in the village areas. These are huge actually. In terms of auto, Bajaj came up with a much compact version, but Vikram was quite huge. It took up a lot of space, could sit a lot more people, and you will mostly find them in the rural areas because there they don't check on the age of the vehicle and all that stuff. So that's about a bit of the history, as we go. And then in 2010, the Indian government they implemented the National Electric Mobility Mission Plan, and which is known as NEMP. And then came the FAME scheme, the FAME 1 and FAME 2. The FAME 1 happened in 2010, and the FAME 2 somewhere around 2019 or so. And after that, from the 2020s, we have a lot of those electric vehicles in different variants, which we see nowadays. So that's again a lot of experimenting is happening in that on that front, and a lot of developments are taking place. So if we look at it, from India's growth story, so it's likely to grow to $8.3 billion in 20 from what it is now to 117.78 billion in 2032. So that 22% increase, and the government is looking at a huge bulk of EV cells, 30% EV cells by 2035 years from now, because they want to phase out the CNG cars also in Delhi, and then in certain other places, they don't want the diesel vehicles. So a lot of things are happening. Government wants more and more. Then the hydrogen cars also have come in. So if you look at the hubs in north is Gurugram, Noida, Delhi, Chandigarh, and up north it is places like Srinagar and somewhere around Chandigarh is Ambala, Punjab. So that's where the activities are happening. In south, it is mostly Karnataka, and other than that, in Kerala and Tamil Nadu, there are some EV companies which are there. In the west, Gujarat is leading, followed by Maharashtra's Pune in places like Chakan, and there are some cities like Jaipur where EV companies are mostly the two-wheeler companies are coming up. But in Chakan and Gujarat, Surat, and certain other places, that place where the I forgot the name of the place. The Tata Nano plant is there. So there are big companies, the four wheelers and stuff. But in the east, if you look at it, there are not too many manufacturers of EVs. So in Bengal, in UP, Bihar, you have a lot of those charging infra companies. So the vehicles are being manufactured in the other three zones and sold in the eastern zone, northeastern zone. So there you have a lot of charging companies which are very much present. So like Tata and all are there. And if I was just going through the details of Kolkata, so I have seen that at least there are at least 19 to 20 areas, prominent locations within Kolkata where charging infrastructures are being set up. So mostly private players. Now, if you look at the major EV companies, if you look at it in the north, MG Motor, Hyundai, Euler, Altigreen, Sonalika, Hero, all of them are in the northern area. There are others also. I'm talking about the major ones right now. So, in fact, a couple of days ago, Avinash ji and Ayush ji, they met the Sonalika people in their office. I mean, the Sonalika office. And if you look at south, Ola, Ather, TVS, all of them are there in the south. Volvo is there. In the west, we have Mahindra Last Mile Mobility, Piaggio, Tata, Bajaj, Electra is in Mumbai, Flux and Mahindra Electric. And then there are companies like Bigos and all. And then in the east, in Prayagraj and Bengal Bihar, they are the charging companies, not the manufacturing units. Not that I'm aware of. There might be some smaller ones which have come up because everything, as far as the entire electric vehicle vertical is concerned, everything is a startup. So it's all there in the last 10 years. So all startup companies. So maybe there are individuals who are setting up manufacturing facilities in the eastern zone, but we are not aware of it as of now. The major ones are not there. So now there are some abbreviations which I have elaborated over here. I want you to note them. You can check on it later on. Like for example, I was talking about FAME. Now FAME phase 2 is there, which is the short form of faster adoption and manufacturing of hybrid and electric vehicles in India. So FAME 1, FAME 2. Okay. So you need to understand all those things. The PLI scheme, production linked incentive. Then the SPMEPCI, scheme for promotion of manufacturing of electric passenger cars in India. These are all government schemes. Now, if you have to make a career in this domain, you need to know those acronyms. Okay, you need to know the full form of those names, because at any interview, if they suddenly ask you, you should not fumble. Okay, you should be able to tell them. So then there are state level incentives, like the GST, for instance, it's been brought down to 5% from 12%. There's a green license plate. There's a road tax exemption, which is by the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, all only for EVs. And then there are big players like Tata, Mahindra, Ather, Ola, and then there are charging stations like Static and Charge Zone, which are expanding their hiring. Okay, and then there is the PM E-Drive, which is launched in September 2024 with an outlay of 10,000 crores to boost the demand for EV, develop charging infrastructure, promote local EV manufacturing. So these are actual schemes which are there by the government. The government has got a lot of schemes. If you look at any vertical, any domain, the government has some scheme or the other for that domain. So there is not, but the problem is many people are not aware of it. Like, for example, I can say that, the FAME full form was not aware, you are not aware of it. Okay, was not known to PLI scheme, was not known to you. Okay, so there are schemes, so if you are in this domain, know those basically 1, 2, 3, or maybe a couple of more things are there like PME drive and all. So know the schemes which are there related to EV, so that at any interview, if they ask you just to test your GK, you are able to answer. Okay. Now the future. If we look at the future of electric vehicles, 30% EV sales penetration by 2030. That's the government target. Okay, so 30% passenger electric vehicle, 70% commercial electric vehicle, 80% two-wheeler. Two-wheeler market is the largest as far as EVs are concerned. The huge sale of two-wheelers. See, commercial electric vehicles, the buses and all are there. Small mini trucks are there, autos are there. But the large trucks, trailers, those things are, people are experimenting. The companies are
Hello.
experimenting with that. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. Actually, some students having some questions related to slide is not moving.
Huh?
Slides.
Yeah.
Actually, yes, right.
They are having issues with what?
Related to slides. Actually, some student asking questions. Slide is not moving, so that's
Oh,
why. Yeah.
slides are not moving.
Yes.
Oh, I haven't moved it yet. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sure. Thank you.
Yeah. So are you, I mean, is the full screen visible, or are you comfortable with this sort of arrangement?
Comfortable, sir.
Okay, fine. So let me increase the size. Okay. So FAME, now the government incentives which are there, the FAME 2, the PLI, PME drive, these are all driving the market growth. Then there are large players, the charging infrastructure and the tech advancement. So the Tata Power, Static, they are installing charging networks, charging stations across the country. It is not about the state of Maharashtra or the state of Gujarat or Delhi NCR. No, it is across the country, depending on the sale of vehicles. So the numbers are important. The sales figures are important. The presence of companies are important. So based in mostly the metro cities, they are investing. Okay. And in the smaller cities, there are some private players, small companies which are trying to get into the charging level. So charging, battery charging, or battery swapping business. So they are trying to set up their own thing. And so we move on to the next slide, which is the most important domains in e-mobility. So battery technology is there, powertrain, embedded system, charging infrastructure. So these are the main domains where there are jobs. Okay, so talking of careers, this is where it starts. And BMS, lithium-ion chemistry, then thermal management. Then there are top companies like Amara Raja, HBL, Okaya, Luminous, Excite, Lento, Base, Log9. In fact, I was talking to Log9 a couple of days ago. Shaft Energies. So these are the battery companies which are there, and they hire Excite and all. It's like, they hire big time. Okaya hire big time. So eVolt, all those companies are there. Then there are powertrain systems like Tata Motors, Ashok Leyland, GM powertrain. So they are there. Then the embedded systems like Cyan, KPIT, L&T, Highway, Wipro, HCL, well, the IT companies which are there, and they also work in the embedded domain. So the charging infrastructure like Aether, Energy, Tata Power, Glida, Magenta, Static, Incharge, Servotech. So these are the charging infrastructure companies which are there. So they work on the charging stations. Okay, they set up the charging stations. And if you move along, then the battery. So BMS, battery chemistry, thermal engineering, these are the jobs which are there for you guys. If you look at the average salary, 7 lakh to 18 lakh for a fresher with no experience, 2 lakh to 4 lakh. So let's say you can expect somewhere around 25,000 per month to 30,000 or something. Okay. And but there is something which is also important. I will tell that to you. It's not applicable for everybody though, but I will keep you posted on that. I will inform you. Then for powertrain, these are the positions: the powertrain engineer, ECU developer, embedded system engineer. Those things are there. The average salary, starts from 3 lakhs and goes all the way up to 12 lakhs. Now, big companies are there: Mahindra, Denso, Robert Bosch. These are the companies who are in this domain, and they are the ones who hire. And they have a salary slab. Okay, so if you join Mahindra, for instance, as a fresher, it depends. You don't have a huge room for bargaining because they already have a salary structure in place for freshers. And of course, again, within that salary structure, there is something else, which is the kind of institute you have come from. Is your course approved or not? So in your case, it is AICT approved, I believe, and it's depending whether it's a 6 month or a 1 year. So AICT approval is there, ASDC approval is there. So and then it's from IIT Guwahati. So all those things really make a lot of difference in the as far as the salary is concerned. So the bargaining part has to be there. You have to negotiate the salary. So we will do it for you, or you can do it on your own. Okay, it depends on the company. Okay. And then let's move on to the charging infrastructure. So charging infrastructure and operations, you have the infra manager, you have the site planner, CMS, and all those people. And here the salary starts, average salary is 43, so it starts from 22 and goes up to 65. So that's the usual range. But again, let's look at the lower end at the moment. So 22 to 25 is what you can expect to begin with no experience. If you have some experience, then the salary will be more. But with zero experience, that is what you can expect. Okay. Unlike
experience, दूसरी फील्ड का भी चलेगा क्या?
Yeah, whoever it is, can you please mute your mic? So unlike the regular core engineering domain, so in that the salaries are little less. Like for example, if you look at a BE mechanical student, a BE mechanical, sometimes they get in the range of 8 to 10, sometimes 15, sometimes 18. And in rare cases, they make 40, 50 at the start. But initially, it is always on the lower side. Then after 1 year, they get more. Now, also you need to understand the thing that I was going to tell you is that there is something called NAPS, okay, National Apprenticeship Program, which is by the government. Now, there you cannot bargain, neither can we bargain, nor can you bargain, because the stipend that is payable under NAPS, it is specified by the government of India. So for a diploma student, it is something like 4,000, and for a engineering graduate for a ITI, it is 4,000, and for a diploma, it is 4,800, and a graduate, I think it is in that similar 4,800 or 5,000, something in that range. Now, part of it comes from the government. So the government of India pays you that amount, and the company also pays you the similar amount. So say for example, 4,000 come from government, 4,000 will come from the company. So you will monthly will get a 8,000 rupees stipend. Plus, at times the company extends the facility like transportation. Okay, if they have a bus facility, they might extend that facility to the interns. Or if they have lunch facility for staff, subsidized lunch, then subsidized or free, whatever. So that is also extended to the trainees. Okay, but it is at their discretion. It's not that every company does that. Okay. So and then it is the snaps thing is usually for 1 year. After that, if your performance is good, the company will absorb you. But if your performance is average, then they will give you a certificate of completion and the NAPS program. It's a government certificate. You'll get that certificate, and they will pay your dues and whatever is pending, and they will let you go. And with that certificate, you can try elsewhere. However, if it is not under NAPS, if it is a regular hiring like the one we are doing at DIY, so here the there is a room for negotiating the salary. You can negotiate or we can negotiate, and it is not under NAPS. So the stipend or salary, depending on whatever you are getting from the company, it will be much more. Okay, so that is something which I wanted to tell you. And then the hiring trends, like there's a lot of hiring going on by Ather, Tata, Ola. I'm in touch with Ather, Ola. Today we connected. I was talking to you about some good news. The good news is we have connected with a company called Vigos. They manufacture scooter, and we are also connected with another scooter manufacturer called Simple. So Vigos, they will be kind of hiring for the ITI guys. It will be primarily the NAP scheme, but for the engineers and all, it will be a regular hiring. They want freshers as well as people with some amount of experience. So they want that. And primarily it's in Chakan in Pune. So those of you who are free to move to Pune, they are more than happy to take you or consider your profiles. And they will be speaking with Avinash ji and Ayush ji, hopefully day after tomorrow, for some other work, and which will be much more than placements and all. It's nothing to do with placement, something else. So if that works out, then that will be something really good. So there's a huge scope of work for DIY for the students. There's a good future. I understand that some of you panic at times for not getting the jobs, after the course gets over or something, or getting, because this entire sector is a startup. Like I said, it's not the companies. It's the entire sector is a startup. The whole domain is a startup, and the people who are working are mostly technical people, so engineers, technical guys. The decision makers are also technical people, like the CEO, the CTO, the product head, plant head. These are all technical people. The only non-technical people are the HR people. Okay, they are the non-technical people. And rare cases, they might be engineers as well. But in mostly, they are MBA people who have done a non-engineering BBA or a BCom, and then they have done a MBA HR, and or if they might have worked in a engineering company, and that's how they are working in an EV company today. Now, for them, they cannot take a decision on their own. They need the approval of the seniors, like the plant head or the technical head or the manager, somebody, or the director, CEO. So that decision-making process, that meeting between the HR and the people at the top, okay, the management, that is where things get delayed. And because that gets delayed, we get late response from those companies. So you start panicking, कि placement नहीं हो रहा है, कब होएगा? You need to understand the process. And, okay, so don't panic. Don't panic. Rather, whatever you have learned, focus on revising those things, be up to date, and connect with Shivani and me. And if you come across any opening, let us know. We will talk. You don't talk, we will talk. Because when we talk from a company perspective or a company identity, things become a lot easier. So when I call up because I immediately got business. Now for me, the business is what? Recruitment. The business is whatever I discuss with them. So I get business. Understand? Same thing with Simple. And I don't connect with HR people mostly. I connect with the top people, like the co-founder, founder, CEO, director, vice president. I connect with them. Now from them, I get the details of the HR. And then things move fast. Okay. So don't panic. You need to understand the way this entire sector works. You need to understand that. Startups, it's all startup. Okay. Barring a few companies like Mahindra, Tata, Bajaj, barring those companies, the big brands, they do it in a particular format. Okay. But for the others, like Ola, Ather, this Hero Electric, the other company is good. But when it comes to Hero Electric, it's a different vertical. So, it's controlled by the main the chief human resource officer of the entire group. So Hero Electric will have its HR, but that HR will report to the group HR. Okay, same with Mahindra. Mahindra Electric will have its own recruitment team, but that recruitment team will report to the group HR of Mahindra Group. Okay, so the decisions are taken from the top, and then it comes down via different layers of people in large organization. But for a smaller organization, like for example, Ether, so I connected with the VP strategy and operations, and I got his email ID. I sent him a mail. That's it. I connected with another person of this Bigos. Okay. Now he told me that okay, this is the email ID, this is the phone number of the plant HR. You have a word with her, and it will be done. So I called her today, and within 10 minutes, my job was done. Just a phone call. I didn't have to go there to Chakan. Okay. So things work like that. Sometimes it is fast, and mostly it is a little slow. Not everyone is proactive. Okay, not everyone is energetic. Some people go a little slow. They take their own sweet time. But we have to go with that, with those set of people. We can't pressurize them. We can't push them because they are our clients. We need them. We need them. They don't need us. We need them. Okay, for you guys. So please understand that. Don't panic. All of you will get placed. All of you. Okay, all of you will get placed. But you just need to have a little bit of patience. Okay. Now let's move on to the other slide. So this is something which you have already learned. I don't want to get into that. Now these are the roles which I think I've shared it with. I'm not sure. Shivani must have shared this with you. But just in case you need to go through it again. So there are different roles which are available, and if you want, I can share this entire slide with you if you want. Let me know. So these are the jobs which you can opt for. So even if you on your own, if you connect with any EV company, you can talk of any of those things or 3 or 4 of those designations. Tell them that I want to work as a renewable engineer. I want to work as a powertrain engineer. I want to work as a hardware engineer. Give them ideas. See, the HR people might or might not be aware of all the designations. You need to tell them. You need to educate them because you are the guy who is aware of the EV. Okay, you are the technical guy. Understand? So there are also a lot of openings these days. The first column, last row, subject matter expert. There are a lot of options available these days for subject matter expert. Now, who is a subject matter expert? SME is basically the person who is going to work as a trainer. So his job is to go around training people, internal people. Okay, so in EV companies or EV skilling institute or other forms of startup related to the EV domain. So these are the people who will train. So subject matter expert. Okay, lot of jobs. Everyone is trying to get into that field. So if they can't manufacture an EV, get into the business of training. So that's why there are so many companies coming up who are trying to train EV professionals because they know that there's going to be a huge demand. Okay. So having said that, if you want this slide, let me know. Okay. And then comes the certification. Certifications, some of your CVs, I was going through your resumes and I've seen that you guys don't highlight the IIT Guwahati part or the NSDC, ASDC, all those things. But please mention those things because when your CV goes to a company, how on earth will they know that your certificate is IIT, your certificate is from IIT Guwahati? IIT has its own value. Okay, it's one of the premier institutes in the country, recognized worldwide. These HR people need to know that you are from IIT. You're not from DIYguru, you're not from Rajaram Institute, Rajaram College of Engineering, or RG Institute of Engineering and Technology. You are from IIT. Your value goes up automatically. Your salary will go up automatically the moment you prove to them, the moment you start talking to those companies like a IIT guy. You need to talk like an IIT person. And how is an IIT person different from a regular Tier 2 or Tier 3 engineering graduate? They talk technology. They talk numbers. Okay, they know the depth of the moment they open their mouth, the depth of knowledge is clearly understandable. Okay, so that is the difference. So if you know things at a surface level, now is the time to practice it, revise it, Don't talk at the surface level. ऊपर ऊपर कुछ भी मत समझाओ, डिटेल में जाओ. कोई भी चीज पूछेगा, get into the depth of it and explain technically. Okay, because that's how the IIT people talk. If you want to get into the specifics of that, you talk to Avinash ji, Ayush ji, they will help you. Understand? IIT, IIM people, NITI people, all of them, they talk in a different way. They think differently. Understand? So you have to behave like that. You have to talk like them. You cannot be a regular engineering technical graduate from some XYZ institute or college of engineering and say, look, I have done this course and I deserve a job. No, you don't deserve a job. You don't deserve a job because you have done it from DIYguru. Unless and until you talk like a person, a regular IIT professional, a battery expert or a EV expert, an expert means with a capital E. Okay, you need to get into the depth of it. If you start talking with depth, with substance, then only people will value you. Then only they will pay you the price that you deserve. It is not about salary, it is about the price. If you are a product, and which you are, how much is your cost? How much is your price? How much, if I am a company, how much should I buy you for? You understand what I'm saying? See, all those cricket matches, the players are auctioned. If you understand that, you have to behave like that. You have to think like that. Somebody has to buy you, and they have to pay you a price. They have to put a price tag on you. So if you sell at 15,000 bucks a month, then you're maybe worth 18,000 or 20,000, and they're paying you 15,000. But if you are worth much more than that, they don't mind paying you as a fresher 50,000 or 60,000 or 70,000. They don't mind. But to get that money, you need to talk that sort of thing. Then only people will pay you. Your value goes up. Remember, you are an IIT person. Your certificate will have the stamp of IIT. Understand? Your certificate will have the stamp of ASDC. Okay. Now, the other day, we shared some CVs with ASDC, and the CVs had a lot of mistakes. And it was our mistake that we did not check the CVs. We thought that the students will do a very good job, but it was not like that. And the CVs had a lot, and almost all the CVs incomplete, wrong information, misrepresentation, wrong format, a whole lot of things. Okay, now ASDC is a partner, and they have got the entire database of companies lined up with them. Now, if they have to send the CVs to their members, okay, they are members. So if they have to send the CVs to the members, what will ASDC think? How can they send those CVs? Understand? So the presentation, the way you present the information, the way you write each line of your resume, those are very important things. So today, Shivani and I, we were doing the corrections of each CV one by one, each line, back and forth with the students. So they do the correction, they send it back to us, we check it, we send it back to them, again we check it, they send it back to us, again we check it. So 3 or 4 times back and forth, we were going through the resumes so that it is perfect. Okay. So we were able to do only 2 resumes today. Maybe tomorrow, day after, we'll do more. So for you, in your case as well, get your CVs corrected, redesigned, because the information has to be presented carefully. There has to be substance. Otherwise, nobody will buy the product. It's the season of mango. So if you go out in the market, you get the fragrance of the mango, then you are willing to pay the price of it. But if the mango is shriveled up, dry mango, okay, hardly any juice inside, do you think you are going to pay 200 rupees a kg or 400 rupees a kg or more than that, 800 bucks a box or 1200, 2000 bucks a box? You won't pay. You won't pay. You'll hardly pay 500 for a box and say that the mangoes are all dried up. I don't want to buy. You give it for 500 or less than that, and then only I'll buy. So the shopkeeper, instead of throwing it, might give you at a lesser price. So you are happy you got the mango. You'll at least get some pulp out of that. And that's the way the company is also saying, think. They will get something out of this 12,000 rupees guy. Not the kind of work that they might expect from an IIT guy, or ASDC guy, or NSDC guy, or a DIY guy. At 12,000 bucks, less salary, He will get something out of that fellow and he's okay with it. नट बोल्ट टाइट कर सकता है, चक्का निकाल सकता है, छोटे मोटे काम कर सकता है, चार्जिंग कर सकता है, बस. You understand what I'm saying? So the value goes up automatically from what you put on the table, your knowledge. And the only thing that you can put on the table is your knowledge. The work that you have done, the project that you have done, instead of writing it on your CV, talk about it. Highlight what have you done, what have you learned. Highlight your skills, talk about it. Describe yourself. Talking about hands-on projects like MATLAB, Simulink, and all those things are fine. But what is it that you have done? How much do you know? How much of MATLAB do you know? That is important. Okay. Now let's look at the other slide. These are the industry partners we have. We have had, although we have worked with them. It's not that, a lot of institutes, educational institutes. I have been in this domain for the last 20 years. I have seen all sorts of colleges. All sorts of colleges. The big colleges, if you look at the IIMs and all, IITs, ISBs, they don't have a brochure where the last page and the pages in between are full of logos of companies telling that these are our recruiters. They don't have anything of that sort. It is only the tier 2, tier 3 institutes which have the placement company logos, half of which are fake. Okay, they have it on their brochure, they have it on their website, they have it on the walls of the institute, they have it on the banners outside the gate, they have it everywhere. Given an opportunity, they'll print stickers and paste it in the toilets of the students. They'll go to their house and paste it on the toilet to promote their institute, because the only thing that those institutes can sell are the names of their big brands, because they can't teach. Understand? So I have spent donkey's years, so what I'm talking is from experience. They have nothing to teach, and that's why they promote the brands of other companies to highlight how good they are. Actually, in reality, none of them exist. On paper, you'll hardly find 2 out of 10 companies on paper. 8 of them are just names, fake. They are not even associated. Or the students on their own would have got a job and the institute is beating the drums. Okay. But in DIYguru, all the names that you see, all the names, right from L&T to Greaves, all those companies were or are associated with DIY, all of them. We had a very, very strong collaboration with Larsen and Toubro, L&T EduTech. And L&T, when they launched their EV program, the entire curriculum was taken from DIYguru. Understand? From Avinash ji, Ayush ji, all of them, they gave their knowledge, whatever they learned at IIT, they shared it with L&T. L&T could have got it from elsewhere, but they came to DIYguru. I'll tell you why they came. I'll tell you that as well. Hyundai, training programs, the EVI technologies, Reliance, Midwest, PCS, all those names which you see, Ola Electric, we had a partnership with an organization called Ola Academy. Then you see on the second column, third row, Karnataka government. There is a MOU with Karnataka government for skilling the young students in the state of Karnataka. Okay, so these are actual black and white agreements, MOUs, and work that has been done. All of them. So there is no lie. There is no lie over here. And that is the reason why I joined DIYguru. I had a lot of other opportunities, but I joined because I liked what Avinash ji said at the time of the interview. I liked what Ayush ji told me after Avinash ji's interview. He also interviewed me. So I liked what they said. And I found the truth in what they were saying. It is because of the truth that I joined, not because of anything else. I have worked with startups before, but this is where I realized that these guys were talking the truth. And it is only for truth that I joined, not for anything else. Okay, because I had opportunities with Symbiosis, I had opportunities with Sri University, a lot of other big universities, where I could, and some of those interviews were in the last stage. I could have offered, I cancelled all of them. Once this got confirmed, I cancelled all of them. So 5-6 interviews I cancelled at one single night. I sent an email to all of them and cancelled it. Because there is truth. I have seen enough logos in my life, enough logos all across. So I know what I'm talking. Okay, so I understand very well that most of those companies, the educational institutions, they really don't have anything. I've seen name dropping, so I don't believe in name dropping. What is there on paper is what I believe, and these exist. I've seen photos. I've seen photos. So coming to this slide about the partnerships, part two, these are the companies with which Shivani and I, we are talking, right? So Voltic Green, I was talking about Bigos. So Bigos, we had a discussion a couple of days back, and again, we had a discussion today, telephonic discussion. And there will be a discussion on Friday as well. And hopefully next month, next month, no, today is 30th. Yeah, so next month starts from tomorrow. So May. So sometime in May, uh, Ayush ji, or no, Ayush ji will be leaving. Avinash ji might come down to Pune and meet the Bigos team in Chakan, and we'll meet some other companies as well. So my target now is to connect with Olectra. Olectra manufactures the buses, the electric buses. I want to connect with Olectra, and because they are hiring, I know they are hiring, so I want to connect with them. Ether, Simple, Ola Electric. So all those are scooter manufacturers. This Tigris and inverted energy, moving energy. Many of them are in the battery domain. XR is there. Zenfinity is there. And Zenfinity actually is a Canadian company, Indian guys, but based out of Canada. So Zenfinity is keen to look at you guys. Deltic is there. Electromotion is there. So these are, I haven't put up those names to impress you. I'm past that stage, so I don't have to impress anybody. But these are, like I said, I believe in the black and white communication. So with all those names that you see, Shivani and I, we have black and white communication. So be it through LinkedIn, be it through email, or whatever. We have got messages between them and us for you. Okay? So that's how this whole thing works. And there will be more companies. Now, when it comes to, those of you who have experience, that's fine. But those of you might be, some of you have experience in a different domain altogether and want to get into the EV domain. Then there are people who are freshers. Now, understand your background first. What are the skills that you are good at, really good at, okay, which you can transfer to this EV sector? That's important. And then comes the training part, the training and the projects. Okay, so whatever is being taught to you by your trainers, by your teachers, during the lab sessions or the project work, what is it that you have learned and what are you good at? Okay, and what is it that you can learn on your own till the time, maybe in another couple of weeks or something, till the time you get placed. Anything related to EV. Okay. Now, for those of you who are getting into the design part, have your design portfolio. You cannot get into anything creative, whether it's a graphic design, whether it's a technical design, anything to do with design, architectural drawing. I have placed architectural students. I have seen resumes which the entire resume is a portfolio. It's huge. It's like a huge drawing paper, and that whole thing is a resume folded into a small A4 size format. But when you open it, it's like it spreads on the entire table with drawings, with calculations, with the track record, with everything. I've seen such CVs. Okay. I have seen CVs which are like, it opens the web page with everything, technical, the drawings and everything. I have seen CVs where I've met candidates who gave their CV, very beautifully designed CVs, one-page CVs, colorful, nice matte finish paper or a thick paper, not the regular Xerox paper, a thick, good quality paper. I have seen CVs and they backed it up with the presentations on the mobile phone, like on GitHub or some other platform. Or they carry their designs with them. So if you want to get into the vehicle design thing, you need to have a portfolio. Without a portfolio, who the hell is going to believe you? Who is going to check what have you done? Writing it on your CV is not enough. We need to see if you are hiring a designer, how good a designer are you? I need to see your design. I need to know, I need to look at a design of a scooter or a cycle, a e-cycle, to understand whether you're really fit to be absorbed as a designer in my company. If I don't get to see that, then how do I believe you? How do I know you're good? I can't put you on a computer and say, hey, you design me something in an hour's time. It's not going to work like that. You can come up with a design. It can be a simple format, but it is not what I'm looking at. I need something with substance, something which is, a proper design, a proper model. So you have to do that from now. Don't wait for that one day and you wake up and say, hey, I'm going to design a car, I'm going to design a scooter. वो बच्चे लोग जैसा काम हो जाएगा. क्लास 5-6 का बच्चे लोग गाड़ी ड्रॉ करता है वैसा वाला ड्राइंग हो जाएगा. वो ड्राइंग हमें नहीं दिख चाहिए. हमें एक प्रॉपर टाटा का डिजाइन टीम जैसा ड्राइंग बनाता है वैसा ड्राइंग चाहिए. ठीक है, वैसा मॉडल चाहिए. यू नीड टू सी 3-dimensional model with the technicalities. So put the technicalities you can copy from anywhere, but at least design something. Design something, create a portfolio. साइकिल का, स्कूटर का, बाइक का, गाड़ी का, ट्रक का, everything to do with electric vehicle, including wheelchair, electric wheelchair. Okay, put everything on the soft format, create a portfolio, upload it on GitHub, and show it to the interviewer. This is what I have done. Okay. Then internship and apprenticeships. It's very important. You have done some internships before, and you can join as apprentices or full-time people because everything is startup over here. So there is like barring Tata, Mahindra, and a couple of others, BYD and all. BYD in India is a startup, but the original BYD is not a startup. So now the last 2 points, the engage in industry. So whatever webinar is there, whatever, okay, other than DIYguru webinar, whatever webinar you come across on the internet, especially on LinkedIn or the forums, the EV forums, attend those webinars. If it is free, attend it. Otherwise, on YouTube, you will find a lot of EV related lectures by very good institutions in US and Germany and other European countries. Listen to those things. Listen to it. You'll learn something. You'll understand technology. You'll know what's happening outside India. And those things are very important. Participate in hackathons. I don't think you have the time for that. And if there is any networking event, like for example, networking event means like in Pune, there is a auto exhibition, the EV exhibition that's happening on 15th, 16th, 17th of May. Okay. So join that. Join that. If you're in Pune, come and join. Or if you can come down to Pune during those 3 days, make it a point, stay in some PG and come down, attend. If there's a fair happening at, the, what do you call, Pragati Maidan, go there. In fact, there was one, a couple of, I think, March, I think, there was an automobile fair. So go there, connect with people, print your own visiting cards. Zyada kharcha nahi aata hai. ₹2 per piece या ₹1 per piece, simple, black and white, with nothing fancy. Your name, your email ID, your phone number, and the fact that you are a EV professional, that should be mentioned. That's it. And your specialty, if you are into battery domain or you're in the service domain, whatever, mention that. Give your visiting card to companies and take their card after a discussion. Don't just say, Baba, mera card, or mere ko call karo. No, they are not going to call you. You need to enter into a discussion with them. They're mostly, those exhibition, if it is a sales exhibition, so the sales guys are there. Sometimes the sales head or the company owner is also there. So meet those people. Okay, meet those people, give your card, tell them that I'm looking for a job and I would like to connect with you. Can I have your card, please? तो बंदा usually कार्ड मांगेगा तो दे देते हैं, और अगर उनके पास जॉब नहीं है तो अपना ईमेल आईडी दे देगा या बोल देगा कि हमारे पास फिलहाल वैकेंसी है नहीं, but I will keep your card and I will get in touch with you. So network with people, because unless you network, unless you connect, and these fairs, these automobile fairs are the best place to connect with people, because everybody's there. Everybody's there. And why are they there? Because they want to sell. And to sell, you need people. You need business, you need people. You want to sell those to a franchisee, you need people to service those vehicles. So there is always an opportunity. There is always an opportunity. So you need to connect. Aaj nahi to kal, you will have something materializing out of that one meeting. So 15, 16, 17, if you can come to Pune, come down. I will be attending on 16th. So if you want to join me, please do join me. What I plan to do, I'll tell you what I plan to do. If you guys are in Pune, or if you are in Mumbai and can come to Pune on that day, or if you're in some other place and want to come to Pune, come on 16th. Let's meet on 16th. I will take you to each and every stall that is there. I will also visit them. You come along with me. I will do the talking and I will present whoever is there with me. I will introduce you guys. Okay, get into a conversation. Get into a conversation on the spot. Now, if there are 100 stalls or 80 stalls, I don't know how many stalls are there, I'll get the numbers, but whatever stall, 80 to 100 companies are there. I'm dead sure at the end of the day, before you leave, it's going to take a lot of time to meet all those people. So it's going to take you roughly 3 to 4 hours to get out of that place, or maybe a little more than that, to get out of the exhibition. But if we go to each and every stall at the end of the day, you will have at least 2 offers in hand. That I can tell. With my eyes closed, even before meeting those people, you will have at least 2 offers in hand. I will do the initial talking. I will introduce you. And you guys have to present yourself because you are the candidate. You are the technology person. I'm not the technology person. I'm the Bolvachan. So I can talk. I can talk. I will convince whatever I have to convince, I will convince them. But once I convince, then the challenge starts because you have to convince them that you are good. Understand? So if you are up to it, meet me on 16th in Pune. It's at Chakan. I'll share the details with you. You have to register before because otherwise you'll have to stand in a queue and register. It's free. So, but if you want to avoid that, do it online. I did it online. So it's fast. You can just go there, show them the e-pass and get into it. So let me know. Okay, whoever wants to join me. Then, the webinars, hackathon, networking. And then the last one, keep yourself updated with demands, trends, launches, globally and in India. Now that will happen through LinkedIn. And then, of course, through the Google. So when you open your Google, you start following those EV things. So all your feeds will automatically be related to EV. So every day I share on my LinkedIn, I share a lot of stuff from Google itself, related to EV. So that if you, whoever is connected with me on LinkedIn, you'll be able to get the news and all those details. Okay. So that's it, and let's move on to the other part. Now, the other part is, how to fit into this. So, like I said, the identify into what do you want to get into? R&D, manufacture, software, infrastructure, business role, whatever. Okay, map your skills to in-demand role. So, if you need to know where you fit in. You just can't fit into everything related to EV. There will be specific things. Okay, so. If you want to get into the software part of it, embedded system. So embedded system, you really have to understand what are the skills that you currently have and which are the companies who are going to hire you and how do you fit into that company. You understand, Pat? And then map your skills. This is something which you have to do. We can't do it for you. Map your skills to in-demand roles. Seek mentorship. You need mentorship. Let us know. We will get you mentors. Prasad ji and Shivam and all are there to guide you. But if you need from people from the industry, we can help you with that as well. We have enough people known to us. We can connect, bring in some people, and we can take advice from them. We can seek guidance. In fact, I already shared some 1 or 2 numbers with Shivani. I was talking about Reva. The Reva, the first electric vehicle in India. Now the guy who used to sell Reva, the head of sales of Reva in those days, he connected with us because he is interested in DIY. He's an EV guy, and he is open to talking to you. Okay, so he can tell you about from the late 1990s to now, whatever the transition of EV, the demand for EV, the changes that have taken place. He knows everything. So if you like to meet such people, if you like to talk to such people, it's not important whether you are still a student or you have an ex-student. Even after you leave also, these things are available for you. So don't worry about those things. But if you are interested, let us know. Then only we will start working on that. We'll get in the people, and maybe monthly, once or twice, we can have sessions with industry people. Okay, because you need to know the trends, the policies, the technology, the changes, all those things. You need to understand that part. And then I'm sure you have seen this before, but this is something, like I said, I believe in truth. I believe in the black and white thing, and this is something which is interesting because not many institutes can boast of approvals and accreditations and recognitions, certifications. The UK government is there. The Federal Ministry for Environment and Nature of Germany, they are there. How many institutes in India have the government of UK, the British government or the German government or the Indian government? For the Indian government, AICT and all are there. But Niti Aayog, there are quite a few institutes. But the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, the Ministry of Education, how many of them are institutes of the stature of DIY have those things? How many of them are approved by AICT? People don't get AICT just like that. AICT has huge, this thing, what do you call it? Very tough requirements, specifications. The regular institutes struggle to get AICT approved. So your certificates are approved by AICT. Okay, so any engineering college we collaborate, we have done half their job because we are AICT approved. So they don't have to bother. Okay. Neither do you have to bother because your certificate is AICT approved, NEET approved. Okay, National Educational Alliance for Technology, NEET. So KPMG recognizes us. The Ken recognizes us. Ola Institute is there. So these things you need to talk at the time of the interview. So when you go for an interview, you don't just say that I've got a certification from DIG. DIY, what is DIY? Sometimes you have to educate. Even if you say that, look, KPMG ranks DIY globally among the top EV training providers in the world. Now that is a big claim, but it is not just a claim, it's a fact. It's a fact on paper, right? So your value goes up. The moment you start being proud of your institution, rather than being just a student. If you are a student, you will remain a student forever. The ownership will never ever penetrate your heart or your mind. You will forever remain a student. You will finish the course. You will leave the institute. End of the story. You move on with your life. We move on with our lives. But the day you take pride, like the Japanese students, the Japanese people in general, the Japanese society in general, they take pride in what they do, in whatever work they do, their school, their work, everything. The day you start taking pride, that's the day you will start talking about those associations during the interview. Until and unless you sell, you brag, you boast of your institution, your achievements, nobody will understand your value. There is a saying in Hindi, "Jo dikta hai, wo bikta hai." People don't get to see this. The only way they can see it is through your words, through your bragging. You have to brag, you have to beat the drums, and you have to beat it real loud for them to hear what you are saying. Then they will believe you. If you tell that I have my certificate is approved by AICT, it is from Niti Aayog, it is recognized by Niti Aayog, it is recognized by the Ministry of Education, it is recognized by the government of UK and the government of Germany and KPMG. It ranks DIY number 2 globally. Now, when you say all those things, then the interviewer will sit on his chairs and start listening to you. Then they will listen to whatever you say. Otherwise, it will be the other way around. You will have to listen to what they say. You will have to listen to what they want you to listen. But if you brag, you make them listen to what you have to say and they will listen. Because you come across as someone from IIT Guwahati with authority, with expertise, with competence. And that is important. So you have to sell yourself. You have to sell yourself. Then only they will buy, because they don't know your value. They don't know you. Nobody knows your value. I also don't know your value. Okay. So these are the the awards and recognitions which are there. So these are things which are there. See, IIT Kharagpur, the Global Entrepreneurship Award from IIT Kharagpur to DIYguru CEO. That's Avinash ji over there. Okay. DITE and Tata Technology sign MOU with DIYguru and ASDC. Why would Tata Technologies sign an MOU with DIY? Photo. Forget about the agreement. Forget about the me just commenting on that. Forget about the black and white thing. Photo is the truth. This is not a Photoshop thing. This is a real picture. Okay. MOU with CMA Group for hardware-enabled lab. Okay. Then this ADYPU thing was there. I was at ADYPU. MTech is still going on over there. Then IIT Delhi's TACPOL program and EVI for India's first hardware-enabled EV program. So some students get the IIT Delhi certificate. Okay. Then NEET AICTI was done. So this is the photo. It's there in our Pune campus as well, this photo. And so the photos which you see, these are all truth. Nothing to hide, nothing to lie. Okay. So no Photoshop. So you have to talk about those things. You have to talk about this. You have to talk about this. People have to understand what is DIYguru. To pay you a good salary, they need to understand where you come from. If you are a former employee of Microsoft and you are looking for an IT job in Bangalore, until and unless you tell them that I am ex-Microsoft, they will pay you just 40,000 or 50,000 or maybe 70,000, 80,000 salary. But the moment you say I'm ex-Microsoft, the two things will cross their mind. Number one, will I be able to afford this guy? If I am able to afford, what is the price or what is the salary that he is going to ask for? Because he's not the regular guy, he's ex-Microsoft, and Microsoft hires the best. Now that he is not in Microsoft and he is in Bangalore, so how much should I pay him? That is the question, that is the thought process of the company. This fellow from Microsoft, ex-Microsoft fellow, he is least bothered. He is hell-bent on getting a particular amount as salary. 1.5 crore or 2 crore per month. Or maybe, say, let's say on a lower side, say 6 to 7 lakhs per month. Okay, that's what he wants. So a good IT company will start to think, will I be able to afford him? How much will he negotiate? Okay, so the interviews in those cases takes a bit of time. It is only because of the negotiation, nothing else. So, for example, the top management hiring, ideally, it takes anywhere between 6 months to a year's time to close a position. Because in a very big companies, a CEO suddenly leaves, it will affect the stock market. It cannot be done. So there is a protocol. And when they initially, the recruiter and the CEO, when they meet, they don't meet in the office, they don't meet at the recruiter's office, they meet in some other country. They go to Dubai on vacation, and there they meet the recruiter. They go to US for some work, and maybe at a pub they accidentally bump into each other. It is not that they accidentally, it's all planned, but they pretend that they've accidentally bumped into with each other and they're old friends. So they have a drink and they discuss the job. In US, the hiring will be in India. Or if it is in India, like for the VP people and all AVP and VP, they meet at some 5-star hotel after office hours for dinner, or maybe a cup of coffee, late at night. Complete privacy, 5-star hotel. Not everyone is going to walk into a 5. So their own employees, people working below them, won't be walking into a 5-star hotel. Right? So they go there and meet. There are exclusive, I would say, clubs, very exclusive clubs in Mumbai, where, or rather, which are meant for the top brass of organizations. Top brass means top brass of very large organizations, not startups. big companies, big brands. So the CEO, the CTO, the CEO, the director, managing director, executive director, those are the kind of people who go to those clubs. And at times, the top-notch headhunters. The headhunters, they are very few of them. They go to those. Not everybody can afford it. It is by invitation, membership by invitation. So not you pay. You have the money. Even if you have the money, they won't even allow you. You are willing to pay 1 lakh, they won't even allow you. So there are two clubs like that in Mumbai. Okay, I have done some work for them. That's how I know. So they're very choosy, and the people who come over there, they get the finest of food, drinks, cigars, you name it, and they have the finest in the world available over there. They come there to talk, they come there to relax, they come there to spend time with their friends. And the friends are, of course, a different circle of friends altogether. So they come there. Okay. So you have to brag, you have to talk. You unless and until you mention all those things, nobody is going to buy you. Nobody will buy you. It's all about buying. Okay, it's all about buying. So uh, I think that's about it. So do you have any questions?
Okay.
Initially, I was worried, when Shubham told me that I have to deliver a lecture for 1.5 hours. I was actually wondering what to talk, but now I see it's 8:47, and I started at 7:30. So it's going to be 1.5 hours. So I beat my records, no problem. Tell me.
Okay, before that, thank you so much, Saurav sir, for this insightful session. I must say that I have also learned many things from this, and I'm sure that everyone from here had gained a clear understanding through this EV program. So yeah, before we proceed to this Q&A segment, I just want that everyone should fill a feedback form, which I am sharing in the chat box right now, and after that, we'll conduct a Q&A segment. Okay, I'm sharing it right now. Everyone just go to the chat box and fill that form, and then we'll proceed with the Q&A segment. After filling the form, just give me a thumbs up emoji so that we can proceed ahead. Okay.
Yeah, tell me. Somebody raised a hand. A tube.
Just send me the thumbs up emoji so that we can move ahead to the Q&A segment, everyone. All right, so we'll move to the Q&A segment now. Raise your hand feature if you have any questions, and we'll invite you for that. Okay? Okay, cool. Okay, Rohit, go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Rohit, good evening.
Sir, currently I am working in Motherson Wiring India Limited.
You're working at
Yeah. Motherson,
Mother
Samvardhana Motherson.
Sansumi. Yeah, Mother Sansumi. Yeah.
Yes, yes. In Pune.
Hmm.
So my question is that can this experience is useful to my career in EV industry? And I wanted to get job in software related job in EV industry, like MATLAB.
You are working. I was not able to hear you very clearly. So if you can type
Hello.
the, yeah, can you type the question?
Okay, sir.
I heard that you're working at Motherson. That I understood. But you're working as what?
As a maintenance engineer, sir.
Maintenance engineer. Okay.
Yes,
And
yes.
you want to get into?
I want to get in software related job in CV industry like MATLAB and things like that. So can this experience is useful?
Yes. See, you have worked in a technical company, and you want to get into a software. You're changing domain, so you have to be good at what you are planning to get into. So MATLAB and all, you have to be very good at it. And then you have to, like I said, you have to prove yourself. So it will work. It's not that it won't work. You will need a break. We'll get you that break. So we will get you the break. And once you are into one company, work there for some time, and then move on. After maybe 2 years, move on to some other opportunity, because you need to increase your salary. And if that company is good, like for example, if it's just for example, if it's a company like TCS, okay, people usually don't leave TCS; they continue to work there. So 6, 7 years, 8 years, work there, get your appraisals, get your salary increased, and then move on to the other some other organization in case you plan to. Otherwise, stay on. So we will get you the first break. The first break is important.
Saurav sir, I would like to add to this if you can allow me.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Rohit, on the chat box, no, I'm sending you a link. Okay. Which actually we have prepared, our DIY Guru team has prepared this link. Okay. Okay. That is the job opportunities. Okay. In that, if you search for powertrain design, okay, so you have this MATLAB engineers working on the powertrain design. Okay, so Electra EV, you can search for the Electra EV and see the job description. You will get an idea what kind of jobs are there for MATLAB, you can say engineers. Yeah. Okay. And Design Tech, note down this company. Design Tech is also one good company where your MATLAB knowledge will be utilized. Fine. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So Prasad and I, both of us are here. So technical questions will be dealt with by him. He is the expert, and non-technical stuff by me. Okay. So thank you, Prasad, for joining.
Most welcome, sir. Most welcome.
So anyone else? A lot of hands were up. Tilak, you
Yeah.
had some. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
Tilak, go ahead.
A very good evening, sir.
Yes, Tilak. Good evening.
My voice is audible.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, sir, I have some question regarding for embedded and let's see, I am belongs from ITI qualification, electronic mechanics, and I am interested in embedded as ARM Cortex STL32. So I need on this job category. So any company have you connected, sir, so we can get placed here on this embedded for the embedded system? and HTL as an internship opportunity and for job also.
Okay. So, Tilak, I will update you maybe in a couple of days. Okay, with every opportunity
Mhm.
that there, right?
And another one, sir.
Right.
Comic Key, one company is the Japanese e-scooter. They are manufactured, and it is in my location also in Panvel also side. So they telling that from go to website and you can find from there only details and you can connect the company. So based on DIYguru, so DIYguru also connected with that company. So based you shown in slide also that Komiki also mentioned.
Yes, Komati was in touch with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Bala. What's your full name? Bala Raman na?
Bala Ramana, sir.
Bala Raman. Okay. Tell me.
Sir, I'm working in a distribution company. Which is supporting on controllers and processors.
Okay.
I'm a technical SIE working in a DTDS company, Bangalore. I have a work experience in testing side regarding automotive.
Hmm.
Automotive powertrain testing I have done initially. So that I have shifted to this job.
Hmm.
Now I want to work in the automotive domain.
Hmm.
So how can I? It will be helpful. Like this course will be helpful. Is there any impact of my current job on my switching of a new job?
I think
Like
Prasad can help you with that answer, with the question. Prasad?
Yeah, Bala, which course you have enrolled currently? Can I get to know?
uh,
6 months embedded or 1 year PG?
I'm thinking to take that 1 year PG, sir.
Okay, you're not yet enrolled. Yeah. See, why I've asked is because see, you are working already in the embedded domain. Am I right?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Power. Yeah. So, if you only stick to embedded domain, then you may not be availing the job opportunities in MATLAB, or you may not be able to grab the job opportunities in other domains. Okay. Like service engineer in Electra Green buses and all. Okay. Fine. So, working on the hardware part also. So, see, depends on what you have studied from DIY, what you have learned from DIY. 12-month PG is extensively, you can say, framed in such a way that it covers all the job domains. It tries to cover the maximum job domains available in EV. Okay, be it embedded, be it service engineer, be it research kind of domain. Okay, correct. So if you are only looking for embedded, then you may land up with embedded of the EV or embedded of the consumer electronics and all. Okay, so your current, if you want to encash your current this thing, it will be better if you go for PG. Okay, correct. Then you can have a you can say even MATLAB engineer. If you become, your embedded system knowledge helps there also, because nowadays company come up with model based design wherein they have this concept called as SIL, HIL. Okay, fine, that is hardware in loop and all. So if you are good in simulation, if you are good in testing the EV environment, and then you can create a code and dump it in your embedded system. This is what currently going on in industry. Okay, so for that you need to have a PG certification enrollment. If you have embedded system enrollment, so that actually makes your you can say approach concise. Okay, so you will be only looking for the embedded system companies. Okay, got my point, Bala. I hope your question is
Yeah,
answered.
how my growth will be in that domain, sir? Like
In
just want
embedded
to
domain, or you're asking about one after completing PG course?
after completing the PG course,
Yeah.
how my growth will be like, how it will be impactable with the new
Yes.
job role.
Yes, see, if you get started with research-oriented portfolios like design tech engineer, let us say if I take into design tech, okay, so if you are doing some modeling in the MATLAB, okay, your start salary may be 4 to 6, suppose, let us say, okay, within 2 to 3 years, it gets enhanced to 9 to 12 LP. Okay, fine. So for that, you need to have a coordination of better knowledge of simulations and the hardware also. How to coordinate between these two. Okay.
Okay. So it depends on my current salary as well as my current skills, what I am
Correct.
learning in this thing.
Yes, correct.
Fine. Sure, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Akshay, Chetan, Rohit.
Hello.
Yes. Who's
Hello.
this?
Sir, my question is related to.
Rohit, right. Rohit, can you be a little bit louder, please?
Hello.
Yes, Rohit.
I'm not audible.
Yes.
My question is that, sir, what exactly the job responsibility and work for the MATLAB engineer?
Job responsibilities of a MATLAB engineer.
Yes, sir. In
Uh-huh.
electrical vehicles.
Okay. Prasad, would you like to answer that?
Yeah, sure. See, Rohit, when you are good in MATLAB, okay, using the recent toolboxes, okay, like control system toolboxes, then your QSS toolbox and Visa toolbox, okay. So when you are well equipped with the recent toolboxes, okay, and suppose you create or you can solve some live problem mentioned on GitHub, okay. You know that GitHub, Rohit, you have any idea about the GitHub?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you go on the GitHub, no, sometimes people post their work or even they post their hindrances. Even the company people post their hindrances. Okay, we are developing, suppose, like I say, Honda Civic model, and in that Honda Civic model, we are stuck somewhere. Okay, in the MATLAB. So you can take up that, you can solve there that you can say hindrance, and then you can post it in your LinkedIn. Okay, once you do that, it will enhance your CV. Okay, doing such projects. And definitely in industry, when you're working on MATLAB, they are actually high-paid jobs. I'll tell you, if I compare Electra Green service engineer job and a MATLAB engineer, I am damn sure MATLAB engineers get a higher LP. Okay, got my point. So you need to learn, or you need to come across these words like MBD, model-based design, SIL, HIL, PIL. Okay, you need to understand these things thoroughly. Then only your package will increase. Okay, got it. Rohit, what even to all students, what my request is, no, there is one big request I want to make here. Rather than having a LPA or a salary in mind, try to upskill yourself, try to know what industry requirements are currently, and try to gain that, you can say, skill set. Okay, got Rohit? Yeah.
Yes, sir. These topics are covered in our syllabus, no, sir.
Yes. If you check the MATLAB content, okay, it is well advanced with this QSS toolbox and Visa toolbox. We have it. Okay, whatever we are mentioning already, we are covering all this in the MATLAB. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Welcome.
Okay, Akshay,
Hello.
go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, Akshay. Yeah, you can carry on.
Hi, sir. Hi, sir. Good to listen to you, sir. And
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
we all got, including me, got a lot of information, and definitely we got a so important crux about the EV industry and all, right? So, so there is one question from my side. I'm a assistant manager right now in a Servotech renewable power system, which is a EV charger manufacturer in Delhi.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sir, am I audible to you?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm in sales domain right now. Just I want to ask how you look the sales strategy and business analysis career in EV industry, like in upcoming years. So because what happened, some news also like coming in newspaper and also on media, the EV will be not so much worth in upcoming time due to some like limitations as per the battery backup, as per the charging infra and other things also. What do you think, as per I'm asking as a sales career, so what do you think, what will be the future of business salesperson or a strategy maker in future in
Okay.
EV industry?
What's your name?
Myself, Akshay Pratap Singh.
Akshay. Okay, Akshay. I'm going to ask you a very simple question. Okay, you ask me one question, I'm going to ask you another question.
Yeah.
What is important for you? Money or your knowledge, your career? Which comes first?
I think, sir, if I think as a livelihood, will be first money.
Money. Great. So forget about the second part. So
Okay, okay.
money comes first to your mind. Okay. Now, there is a saying in English. Okay, very old saying. Make hay while the sun shines, which means when the opportunity is there, make the most of it. Right?
Yeah, right.
So right now, this entire domain, like I said, it's all in a startup phase. There will be apprehensions. There will be people talking about, oh, this might not work. That will, yeah, the battery will start burst into flame. The sales will go down. Okay, all those things will be there. You don't have to listen to anyone. As long as the opportunity is there, as long as you can make money, make the most of it. Okay. Now, let me put it in two different stories. One is the Indian Army. DIYguru trained people from the Indian Army last year who are about to retire. Okay, so that after retirement they can start something of their own related to EV, like for example a dealership or whatever. Okay. Now, why did we do that? Or why did they show interest? Or why did we do it? Why did we train? Because there's an opportunity. The army has more intelligence about markets, about a whole lot of things, even things which we don't know, but they know. Okay, so they have their intelligence systems across the country in different domains, and they are aware of everything at different levels. So when they thought of training people, soldiers, army men, uh, on EV skills, basic thing, nothing technical, basic things, so that they can start something. So there is a reason behind it. There is a future behind. That's why they got into it. Okay. Now let's look at the other scenario. Olectra, or Tata, or Mahindra. Okay, they have been in the regular car making business for decades, for generations. Why have they suddenly diversified into electric vehicles on the last 10 years? Why? And even when they're doing it, why are they investing so much, millions and billions of dollars, okay, in creating designs and trying to market those things? Why? Because why are there so many charging infra companies coming up across India? I spoke about Eastern India. Now in Eastern India, there are not too many manufacturers, there are hardly any manufacturer, any EV manufacturer. All are in north, south, west, everywhere, except east. So in east, what you see are the charging infrastructure companies who have set up infrastructure or who are setting up it. Like for example, in a place like Calcutta. The other day I was talking to one student who's from Bengal, and I was telling that I don't call Bengal West Bengal anymore. I call it Didi land, like Wonderland, because over there is only one Didi, and everything else happens whatever the way she wants it to happen. So now she has fancied about things related to electric vehicles. So she has created, given land and space somewhere in Behala for 600 charging stations, the largest in Asia. I don't know how many electric cars are there in Bengal or in Calcutta, for instance, and how many cars are there in north of Calcutta and south of Calcutta and central Calcutta who are going to travel all the way to South Calcutta for charging their cars. 600 charging stations is not a joke. But then it is Didi land, so things happen over there in a different way. So 600 charging. So whoever has invested, I don't know who has invested, whoever has invested, either that person is crazy or there is an opportunity. Okay. I know Didi is crazy, that's a different story. But the person who has invested money on the charging thing either has to be equally crazy or he is intelligent enough to understand or foresee the future of charging infrastructure setup like that. 600 is not a joke. 10, 15, 20, 30 is understandable. 600 is too huge. Huge land, huge space, so many setups. So there has to be something over there. So, and I'll tell you another story. uh, you are asking about electric vehicles. Now, the other day we were talking to a company called Curve. Now, Curve is in Srinagar. They make e-cycles. The difference between their cycle, e-cycle, and the other e-cycle is Curve cycles are designed specifically for hilly areas like Jammu, Kashmir. No, so there you can't have a regular cycle. You need something different. So Curve designs those, manufactures those cycle, and they are selling it. The guy we connected, he was the co-founder. So he was on an India tour, traveling all the way to Northeast India and Bengal. The places like Darjeeling and all, Siliguri, Darjeeling, Kalimpong, because they are you need e-cycles which can travel on difficult terrains. You know? So things are changing. There are a lot of opportunities. And like Curve, the Curve is the only one in Srinagar right now. And I'm not sure how things will pan out in Srinagar, Jammu, Kashmir over the next few months. But I'm quite optimistic that sometime next year in 2026, there will be other electric scooters and all who will venture into Jammu Kashmir area because there will be a demand over there. And likewise, if you look at it, all those the trike manufacturing company, the companies which are making two-wheelers which don't need any license. Now those things can become very expensive toys if they don't work. So they better work for the next 10 years. Otherwise, you have to park it outside and sell sabzi or fruits on those seats because it's of no use. You can't put petrol or anything. You can put a CNG over there, or you have to use a some kit over there, and maybe a CNG kit or something, convert it into a CNG, and change the whole infrastructure of that scooter. Okay, except the body. So, so there is an opportunity. There will be an opportunity. People are experimenting with flatbeds. They have flatbed trailers. Okay, electric flatbed trailers. So why are they getting into it? If there is no market, why are they spending so much money on research and development? Why are they spending money on e-trucks, to design e-trucks, to create a build a e-truck? Why is Tesla setting up shop at BKC? They've already taken a co-working space. They've already started hiring. They're already working over there. Why is Tesla there? Why is BYD getting into India? BYD has far more market intelligence than Tesla. They are far advanced in terms of market knowledge than Tesla. So why is that Chinese company coming to India? When computers were first launched, people were scared that their jobs will be gone. But look at it now. Everyone is using a computer. Even kids are using computer. The sabzi wala is using computer. Everyone is using computer. So nothing is gone. People are employed now. Same thing is happening with AI. AI will take away jobs. No, AI will not take away any job. Some jobs will go because it will be automated, but some jobs, those people will be fitted somewhere else. You look at the programming of AI. So many prompt engineers have been hired, and there is an abundance of prompt engineers, and those prompt engineers are now quitting because they are stressed. They are stressed. They have to deal with so much data. To answer one question, any question, it can be anything under the sun, asked by any person at the same time. So you have to come up with so many answers, so many different answers, variations. You have to have alternate questions to those prompts and answers to those questions. So AI is not going to take away jobs. There will be jobs. Yes, some jobs will go because it will be automated. But those people will find employment somewhere else. Okay. So for EVs, even the government, why have they kept a target of 30% in the next 5 years? Nitin Gadkari ji either must be crazy or he has enough market intelligence to talk about it in a national channel or plan it. Or why is he talking about hydrogen cars? You understand? So don't believe in what people say. Don't believe in what people say. People will.
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone?
Yes, I got it.
Hmm.
I got your opinion. Just I was looking for your opinion. What do you say on this? So I got it. Yeah.
I'm optimistic.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening, Chetan.
Yes, sir. My question to Prasad, sir. Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Chetan. Very good evening.
Yes, sir. Actually, I download that PDF that what you suggest. I got
Correct,
the mail regarding that.
correct.
Yes, in that PDF, I observed that all are the old jobs, no, all the history about the previous jobs, right?
Correct. You have downloaded a comprehensive EV job database, correct?
Yes, yes, yes. That PDF,
Okay.
yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
Okay, so how can I get the future opportunity? Means, if I want to apply, then how I can get? Is there any portal, another portal, or any another PDF?
So in that this comprehensive job database, no, there are links of the JD as well as the company career link. Or else, even if you get to know the name of the company, you can visit their website. Okay, and every company will have a career portal. Okay,
Oh,
so
yes,
you
yes.
can, yeah, you can go into career portal and upload your resume. Fine. Okay, correct.
Okay,
Fine.
okay,
And
sir.
already our team, HR team is so hardworking. They are already collecting data of such companies who have vacancies and they are connecting with them. Saurav sir, Shivani ma'am. So they are
Hmm.
all connecting with the companies. Okay. Now, only thing is to put forward in front of them, we need guys to have that skill set which is required by the industry. Okay. So problem here is not of placement. Problem here is matching the skill set required by the industry and the skill set acquired by our student. That is a major gap right now we are facing, major hurdle we are facing. Okay,
Yes,
fine.
sir. I got your point. So
Yeah,
for that, I try to get some internship in
correct.
a startup and the established company also,
Yes,
but I
Bosch is
didn't get
there.
any response. Yes, yes.
Yeah, Bosch is there which can give you internship and all. Okay, so there are companies who offer internship. Okay, maybe the salary payment during internship may be less, but at least it's worth a goal. Like, fine, it's
Yes,
worth
yes.
taking the internship and
Actually,
working
right
in the
now,
system. Yeah,
yes, right now for the learning, I'm not looking for the salary. Just I want
Mm.
to go in the EV domain. That's why I'm looking for the internship and all. But
Have you tried
from
Bosch?
there also,
Yeah, have you tried Bosch
sorry,
website? Bosch, have you
Bosch.
tried their
Yeah,
website?
okay.
Yeah, Bosch, you
No,
can
no,
try
I
it
didn't
as
try
well.
that.
Yeah, you try
Mhm.
maybe, but you have your resume well built up. Check what domains they are working currently. Okay, fine, and you can add up
Yeah,
your skill set as per their domain requirement, and then apply. Okay,
yeah, understood.
best thing is go to company website, see what products they are working in, see what domains they are working in, and arrange, or you can say reframing your CV as per their requirement. That really helps. That really
Oh,
helps. Okay. Yeah.
okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome. Welcome.
Chetan, I
Sir,
will add one more thing over there. That
yes, sir.
comprehensive job database that you are referring to, there are a few things that you can do. One is go through the jobs which are there listed over there. Understand the JD
Okay.
first. Understand the JD of each, and try to understand, identify the kind of job that you would be interested in and what would be the JD for that job. You don't have to apply to those because those jobs are little old. So the links might work, might not work because there is an option of closing the link from the recruiter of those companies. They can do that.
Yes.
So some of those links might not work, some might work, but that's not the point. For that, we are there to get you the internship, to get you the job. We are there. You first go through the JD, understand the JD. So, for example, if you are interested in a technician role, so there are some technician jobs over there. Out of all those jobs, I guess some 100+ jobs are there. So find out the technician job, study the JD. You need to know the JD. So once you are done with the JD, now you say that you are not bothered about the salary, which is good. Look at you are interested in internship. Connect with us. We will get you the internship. So that is our job.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Yes, sir. I want to ask one question.
Hmm.
Uh, Sir, how we decide this job is correct for you, or how we fulfill the recruiter's requirements in any domain?
So if your job is good for you or not, that's something which you can decide. But it's all related to your interests. Like for example, you said that you are interested in designing, right? So if it is a designing job, you have to have your portfolio and all that stuff done, and then connect with companies through us or on your own, whatever. Uh, you have to connect with companies which are into vehicle designing. Okay. And you have to share your portfolio with them, not just your CV. CV with the portfolio. So they see both the things. They see your competency on your competence on your CV. They see your academics and all that stuff. They see your projects, work experience, and all those things. And then they move on to the portfolio. So the portfolio, that's why I said portfolio is very important. So they check your designs on the link or whatever you are going to share. Okay. And based on that, they figure out whether you are good enough to be hired or not. It is not your CV. Your CV will never ever help you in getting hired as far as designing work is concerned. It's your portfolio that will help you to get hired. So build a portfolio.
Yes, sir. Or another question I need to answer. You need to answer. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in my second question, how we fulfill the recruiter's requirement as in EV domain, because the skills we are learn here are different, and in the market they want different skills. Uh, and I just applied and looking in LinkedIn, there is they not matching the skills.
See, every company has different requirements. No two company or no two jobs will have the same job description. Every company, every job will have a different description. So fundamentally, the basic things that need to be taught are being taught. So what is it that is not being taught? You tell us. And we will see if we can help you with those things. So if you can prepare a list of topics or areas which you feel that we are not teaching or you need to know and it is not there in the curriculum, make a list, share with us, and we will see if we can arrange for some lectures or whatever, some
Yes,
knowledge
sir.
internally. So share with us.
Exactly right. But how we fulfill these requirements they want? I ask these questions.
So how you fulfill that requirement is with your expertise, with your depth of knowledge. The
Okay,
moment
sir.
you open your mouth, they should be able to understand that Sapna knows something of that particular area, of that particular domain.
Yes, sir.
So that's why I said when you talk like an IIT and you talk like a regular engineering student, there's a difference. You have to match the standards of the IIT.
Yes,
The
sir.
moment you open your mouth, the fly should not get inside. It is only words that should come outside. Technical stuff, not the how good the wall painting is or the scenery or the sky is cloudy today. Not that. Technical stuff. Depth. Depth is important.
Yes, sir.
So come up to that level.
All right. So thank you so much, Saurav sir and Prashad sir. Okay, Mike, go ahead.
Ma'am, can I have one question?
Yeah, go ahead, Vikadya.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am. Currently, I am a BTech final year electrical engineering student, and I have done I am in this field from the last 2 years. So I have done my internship in Toyota Kirloskar Motors, and I have my final year project in this domain only, like charging of electric vehicles. So, sir, in my CV, there are a lot of I have covered a lot of skills in charging infrastructure domain.
Hmm.
But as I am watching for jobs in this domain, so I always feel they are requiring some experience in this domain.
Not necessarily.
How
Not
much
necessarily.
pressure? Sorry, sir.
Not necessarily. We have got companies, battery companies, right now, like Volta, okay, who are looking hiring freshers. It's not necessary that experience is needed by any of those companies. So what you can do is, I'll tell you what you can do. You
Okay.
make a list of your dream companies. Okay, your dream companies in the battery domain. Make a list, share it with me on Shivani, we will connect with those companies, because if you do it as a student, they might not entertain, because there are so many people across India who are applying for through LinkedIn and through their website and all over the place. So
Right.
tell us, share it with us. We will connect with those companies. We will talk and we will get you the jobs.
Okay, sir. Okay.
It will
Sir,
make your
how can I connect with you all? Like any
uh,
email ID?
yeah, I will
Contact.
just put it in the chat.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Terin, you can type your email as well.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Michael, you have any question? You can go ahead, please.
Michelle.
Oh, sure. Thank you. Yeah, nice presentation. I think what I've got from your presentation today is basically how to sell yourself, which is very important, because how you present yourself will determine whether you will be selected or not. So those were valid points. Personally, I come from a geophysics background, and with geophysics, I'm sort of heavy on programming.
Okay.
Or I'm comfortable with programming. So when I see myself aligning with the EV industry, I see myself as someone who's going to be involved with programming. So I see myself doing MATLAB. I see myself, on the programming side of things. I don't know what you think about that.
Michelle, I think we need to talk separately, because your interest, your previous experience, it needs to be aligned with what you're getting into. So I think we'll connect separately on this. We'll definitely have an answer for your question, but we'll talk
Sure.
separately. So I have shared my mail ID, and you can mail me, and we'll
Yes.
take it from there.
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Thank you so much, Saurav sir and Prashad sir, for this. And I'd now like to hand it over to Dishan sir, who will take you through the sessions we offers in EV sectors. Dishan sir, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, Dishan sir, please continue.
Thank you so much, guys, joining for this wonderful session. Okay. If you have any doubt regarding the program, okay, regarding the admission, you can connect with me. I'm sharing my mail ID on your chat box. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Saurav sir. Thank you, Shivani.
Pleasure talking to all of you. Thank you, Terin. Thank you, Prasad. And thank you, Zishan, for being there.
Thank you.
And we'll connect again.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.